Hello, wolves, and welcome to space. We've not made it here yet, at least not in the Minecraft series. But for today, I think we can make an exception. Welcome to episode 1 of Space Engineer's Tutorial. As you see here, we've got a wonderful little space station set up with what we're going to be basing off today. So let's go ahead and open the door here and let's see what we're dealing with. Oh, I'm seeing conveyors. Alright, so what we seem to be doing a tutorial on today is the conveyor system sorter. It seems to be the primary function here. So I just put this down before starting this video, and this is a basic refinery setup to get ore into the refinery and have the refinery pull it out. Now, you've probably watched other tutorial videos. I don't know if all of them are like this, but I know a lot of them are. They'll show you how to set it up like this, but they won't show you the inner workings of what has to happen. Now, I don't have this one specifically set up yet. I just placed down the blocks because I wanted to mainly focus on the inner workings of the actual blocks. So, for example, first things first. One thing that I would, hang on, let me get all these doors out of here. This is a good, this is a good thing to show you. If you want to thin down your list for any situation, just any blocks, most of the time you're going to want to do this for stations anyway, because you just wind up having so much stuff built onto the station. It just gets annoying and it's in the way, and you have to scroll through this huge list of stuff. Well, the easiest way to do that is to do what I've done here. Now, what you can do is you click at the very top of, say if you want to make a group like this called doors, you click at the very top, you hold shift, scroll down, and click the very bottom. This will select everything in between. Now, what you do with that is you just click show, or no, what was it? Oh, it doesn't seem to be on here, does it? Oh, no, right. Show block and terminal. Sorry, I'm a little tired, so that's why that mess up just happened. But you click that off, and bam, there goes all the doors. The doors won't show up. However, say if you come into the situation where you're like, well, darn, I turned off all my blocks. How am I supposed to see them in the terminal? Well, I have a group set, but say if you don't have this group set, say, oh no, I don't have that group set. Now, you have to, what you do is you click this little eyeball right here, and that'll show anything that you had turned off in the terminal, just so you can still access it, basically. So that's pretty good. And then if you want to hide it, you just click that again. Yeah, this is all the stuff that's on here. Now, let's talk about what we've got here. So this is this is quite an expensive thing to make if you're playing in realistic mode, as me and a couple of my friends are doing. What you want to do here is, this is just, like I said, basic setup. It'll pump ore through here, it'll refine the ore, and then it'll pump the ore back out. But what a lot of people are confused about is, how do these sorters work? So, okay, at first glance, it's like, okay, so it's a normal conveyor, you know, all the toggle blocks, so on. But then you get this list. Just before I get into that, though, I do have to leave a tip. Always name your sorters as you place them. So this is ore sorter, because this is the one I selected. So that's that sorter. And then you have the essentially ingot sorter. So as you place blocks, it's more to try and save you troubles later when you have to go back and fix it. So when you go and start placing the blocks down, make sure you always rename them. And most people don't realize what this is. If you turn this on show on HUD, if we had an antenna, hang on. See, now when you have an antenna down, it'll show on your HUD where those two blocks are when you tell them to be shown on HUD. It only shows if you have have an antenna, or I believe it shows if you're sitting in a control seat. Anyway, now back to where I was saying is, with conveyors, the way it works is there's a filter mode. I'm not quite sure of how the blacklist mode works completely yet. I'm assuming it would just filter, it would allow everything through other than what's blacklisted. That's what I'm assuming. However, I do know how the whitelist mode, which in my opinion is just easier, because for these kind of things, well, actually specifically for this, because what we want to do eventually is to get a conveyor system set up to where it sorts out every single ore into a separate refinery, which will be really easy to set up, and I can show you how to do that. But basically what you do, say we want this only to smelt, I don't know, silver. Let's say we want it only to smelt silver ore, and then we want it to feed the ingots back through up here. Okay, so we've named our conveyors for ease of access, so we go to the ingot sorter, and it's like, so whitelist, it has nothing in there, and we could simply fix that to, you don't have to do this for the silver ingots, you could just do ingots and it'll pull all ingots. Just make sure to put drain all on, otherwise this won't get pulled out of there and put in there automatically. Now let me show you what happens when I do this. This is also a really good tip, most people don't realize about this. You can do Shift F10, and this will open up an ore/item spawn menu, which will allow you to just spawn everything you need. And what was it? Silver, I believe, was it? Let's do 1,000 silver. Ooh, that's quite a big block. Alright, so now, if we place this silver in here, it should get pulled out. Yep, put in the refinery. Then all the ingots should get pulled out and put back into the cargo container. And that's how to set up a basic, that's how to set up a basic filter system for that. That was silver. You basically just repeat it with other. Let me get rid of this antenna. You basically just repeat that process with any other ore, and you essentially recreate it. Now, one thing though is you might be wondering, okay, that's great, but I really don't want to be, I don't want to have a tube coming out of every direction of the cargo container. One suggestion I would have is, because there is a way to cut it down to basically just two tubes coming, or one tube coming out of the conveyor or cargo container, and then one going in. So we'll set this over here. Say, for example, let's go a little smaller here. Arc furnace. Let's use an arc furnace. However, you got to remember with the arc furnace, it can only smelt nickel. It's nickel, iron, and cobalt. Those are the only three things that these can smelt. Right? So what we want to do is we want to set up a filtering system so that only nickel, iron, and cobalt will come out of this and go into there. So what we're going to do here is we're going to slap a one-way sorter right there, like that. And then, so we don't have a bunch, all the tubes coming out of there, we're going to, actually, let's move this back one. Say if, like, because a good idea is to get all, like, a lot of ore separate. So what you want to do is, say if we had 3 of these and then one refinery for every one, what we'd want to do is have another conveyor over here to a separate refinery strictly for uranium, because you will get a lot of uranium and you will need a separate, like, sectioned off specific refinery just for uranium. Otherwise it's going to wind up clogging up your system. It's going to be a pain just to get all of your ores through, because you have to go inside and fiddle with it. You don't want that. You want it automated, so you don't have to worry about that, which gives you more time to build glorious structures, Anyway, so back to what I was saying is, let's get this around. This will basically filter out to where only we'll set this up to where we want it whitelist, and we'll only allow these type of ore, like ores and ingots through. Whoops, I did not mean to mass select. But we'll do like cobalt. What was it? It's cobalt, iron, and nickel. Cobalt, iron, and nickel. That's what we want. So we want cobalt, iron, and cobalt. Where's iron? Iron. It's alphabetical. Nickel. Past it. There it is. Nickel. And then add those. So now what's going to happen is now we just need to set up each of these to be whichever we want. So we want this to go 3 ways. We have to hook first of all we have to hook it up. So let me go ahead and do that real quick. Just go ahead and hook up the. Come on, there we go. Rotating's a little annoying in this. I'll do another video on building and all that other fun stuff later. And then we're gonna let's name these first. Let me flip this on its side so I can actually access it properly. There we go. Always try to make these little panels accessible. So what I said earlier, I'm kind of going back on myself in the situation of always name stuff as you place it. In the case that you're just not patient enough to do that, make sure these keypads are accessible from the outside and then place everything. That way you can press K on it and it'll automatically select whichever one you're looking at. So say, oh, well, this one needs to be cobalt, so you can press K on that and we'll be like, oh, okay, so this is the cobalt sorter. And then this is the, and then see there's a little panel right there, accessible. This is the cobalt furnace. So we'll name it that, and then we'll just go through and name all these. We'll name them all the different types of furnaces. This is going to be the main ore sorter. Gosh, I'm having such a problem saying that word. I don't know why. I do apologize. So let's see. That's cobalt. We'll have this one be iron. Sorter, and then whoa, I do kind of need to set iron in there, don't I? Yeah, so gotta set iron in all of these. It's a really tedious task to get it all set up, but once you do, it's really nice because you don't ever have to worry about picking up and dragging all the different ores into the different ones. I was distracted because I was talking. There we go. Put those in there, and then wait, is that blacklisted? Did I change that to whitelist? Yeah, okay. So now I just come over here, and then this will be nickel. So, nickel sorter. Go to whitelist, and then where's nickel? There we go. Add those. There we go. Now these 3 will only accept what they've been sorted. So this is nickel furnace, and this is the iron furnace. Now, so let's go ahead and open up our thing just to test it, make sure it actually works. We got cobalt. Let's see, we got iron. Where's iron? Iron. And then nickel. So let's get nickel out of here. Just to show you that it works, we're gonna dump all these in here like this. And as you can see, if we type in furnace up here, nickel's gone into the nickel furnace, iron's gone into the iron furnace, and cobalt's gone into the cobalt furnace. Now you may be thinking, oh, well, that's all well and good, but now what do we do to get all that ore to, say, our ships or whatever? Well, you basically just, you'd create a connector. So, but first things first, if you want it to automatically drain, you'd want to do this. You'd set up another conveyor, like so. Hang on. Like so. No, wait, we want to go down. We want it to go down. Just to keep it from getting all crazy. Actually, probably wouldn't matter. But anyway. So if we were to put another, say we were to put a cargo container there, this sorted iron. I freaking forgot to flip that one. Hang on. Just for the sake of length of video, I'm gonna try and cut this short and try to just I'm just gonna put the filters in here and not have the problem. So this is iron ingots. We only want iron ingots to go through here. Drain all. We want this to be, where's the keypad? Cobalt. So let's get cobalt ingots. Cobalt ingots. Add. And then we want this one to be nickel ingots. So whitelist. And nickel. Add. Okay, there we go. Now that's all gonna feed, well, it should all feed into the chest. So let's check the chest. Okay, wait, what's going on here? How is that getting back in this chest? Oh, it's not. Wait. What? Oh, I'm looking at that chest over there, that's why. That confused me. Anyway, let's see. Furnace. Did I name, or did I put the right ones on the right ones here? I always make that mistake. Let's see. So this, oh no, I know what I did. I forgot to put the drain all function on the other two. That's why. That's why. There we go. Making mistakes in my own tutorial video, like a boss. But there you go. Make sure you put the drain all function on there. Otherwise, it ain't gonna drain it. But yeah, as you can see, it's all draining into here, and then it's basically just a matter of putting. It's all a matter of just putting a connector, essentially, with another conveyor, with so basically 2 connectors and 2 conveyor sorters. So say if you wanted, I don't know, say you want iron to come out that end and nickel to come out that end type of deal, you'd set up the same system. So you'd put these right there. Make sure, one other thing though, come over here to the connector, and you see on connector, you can choose between throw out. Make sure you don't, I'm not sure if you can. I believe there is a way to, here, let me see. There should be a way to make the connector automatically do that by going in here. Where's the connector? Was it connector 2? Ah, here we are. So throw out. We want that. So what you're gonna want to do is make a small ship with your station's connector 2 or connector to have the throw out on or off function, because what that will do is once you dock, this will only sort all the stuff into the conveyor. It will not transfer to your ship. However, what it will do is it will like you can use it to dock your ship onto, so that way when you dock your ship and you put that you put the connector on your action bar and you click, it'll be automatically off when you connect to it. You just turn it on, and everything that gets that is in the connector will immediately get pumped into your ship via the connector. So this is just to transfer it from the container into the connector. The reason why you'd want to use these sorters instead of just conveyors, because connectors do automatically pull, I believe, if you let them. But you don't want that. What you want is to have only certain stuff come out of the connectors and certain stuff go in. So say if you had a drilling ship and all you wanted was ores to come in, you'd set it up like that and then set this one up to only accept ores and automatically pump the ores into there. So yeah, that's a basic oh wow, 20-minute tutorial on how to use the sorters. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was useful to you, and you can compress this. You have unlimited variations of how you can do this. I know me and my friends, we've spent countless hours trying to compress down a singular survival system that you could survive in. Actually, you know what? Let me go ahead and spawn one of those for you so you can see what we've tried here. Is this it? There it is. All-in-one refinery base. So let's spawn this in here, and let's give it let's check it out. I believe it's upside down. It is. So let me flip that right side up real quick. And we'll rotate it around. Okay, there we go. We'll spawn that in, and we'll go take a look inside, and you can see what it looks like in there. So we got a nice little basic airlock. I'll be making a video on that sometime. Ooh, gravity's a little wonky, but yeah, this is one of the finished products that we have. These refineries are all modulated. They all have the proper connections and everything. This is just one of the many things you could do. It has an automated refinery system, pumps in the uranium and all that. So yeah, quite a bit of a build. Anyway, I actually didn't build that. One of my friends, Schumann, he built that. I kind of just I jumped in and tried to and helped him compress it, basically. I basically built the shell around it, and he built the actual device, and I just kind of refined it down for him to help him out, get it compressed, you know. Oh yeah, it has a fully oxygenated medical system too. So, but anyways, yeah. So that's how sorters work in this game. It's a little confusing. It can be kind of annoying at sometimes. Let me get rid of that. That's all janky and messing with the gravity. But yeah, so that's the basics of how sorters would work and how you would theoretically get it to work like that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, because I really do enjoy making these videos to especially because this was, like I said, the same person who built that system back there is this was his idea to make these tutorial videos, because he was telling me that not a lot of people cover this the conveyor systems, and they aren't really well done, so they can be super confusing if you're brand new to it. So I decided, you know, I'll go ahead and make a tutorial video and show you how the sorters work. But yeah, that's the basics of the tutorials. So I hope you enjoy this. I hope you get a ton of help out of this, and yeah, so can't wait to see you guys in the next episode. I'll probably try to do another tutorial video more on like building and focused on creative mode, or maybe I'll focus more on airlocks and different types of systems that could help you out. Anyway, getting off topic, getting really over the time limit here. I appreciate all the people viewing. I appreciate all the support and everything that you guys have given me. Just, there's so few of you, and every one of you is like super precious to me. I don't know if you guys understand how awesome it is that you guys are watching my videos at all. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next episode. Remember, wolves, keep on howling.